Hey, how's everybody doing? I decided to travel. I can hear a car out by the road. Silence. Must listen. Friend or foe? Anyways, I wanted to kind of talk to you about, do some real talk about when you're a business owner. Some of the things that you go through as a business owner. I came up to the property, do a little getting away, and well overdue. See, here's the thing. There is something that I've learned, and I still have a hard time correcting to do it the right way, which is you really need to bust your hiney during the week, right? You got to bust your hiney during the week, which I already work during the week. Because on the weekends, and even today, I got a text from a guy that I know that he wanted me to plan on fixing his gate at some point. And actually, I forgot to respond back to him because I'm kind of up in my own little world up here right now, and that's something that you should be able to enjoy, right? But a lot of people in your life won't understand that. If you're a business owner, you know what I'm talking about. But you're thinking about it 24/7. I mean, I still got it in my mind for what's going to happen next week. How to keep the guys and everybody out of the weather with the weather changing, to what jobs are we going to do, to there's a whole laundry list of things. So anyways, what I'm getting at is that for yourself and for myself, we should really try to take the weekends off, because that is supposed to be your time to have to yourself, hang out with your family, do what you want, go up north, whatever your thing is, you know what I mean? Play cards. I don't know what your thing is, but that should be kind of really your time. Do your hobby. But unfortunately, sometimes it doesn't work that way as a business owner. And so like today, it's Saturday. Well, it's Saturday night now. But I ended up, I ran back halfway to town and worked on I worked on that opener. The one, I don't know if another video that's got the car wash. The car wash, yeah. And that thing was a little booger, it was a little booger. I basically didn't have any of my instructions, what I tore apart. Luckily, it gave me some kind of print, but the print was off. The RPM sensor wasn't in the same spot as what was on the print, so I kind of just had to put it together the way I thought was best fit. And it all worked. But another thing is, you put in a lot of hours, don't you? I know you're out there, and you're not getting credit for it. And sometimes it can burn you. It really can. It burns you out. That's why I tell you, maybe the garage door business isn't for you, because there's many things that I've learned that it's very tough. It's very tough. What am I? I don't know. I'm like 37, I think, somewhere in there, getting close to 40, right? You can feel it in your body, and it's nobody's fault but my own. So we have to bring on more guys and stuff like that. But you have to charge more guys, more money, more vehicles, more tools, more power tools, more gas, more insurance, more payroll. The list goes on and on and on. So, anywho, I was just thinking about you. I was out here. I installed a new light here up at the property today in the snow, and it's working awesome. I'm very happy with it. It's a beautiful light. It actually shines very nice out here. And I typically am not a snow person, but I knew at home it wasn't going to snow. They were showing on the radar or the weather people where the line was going to be, and I was kind of actually hoping that it was going to be snowing tonight with the light, so I could watch it. And it's not really happening, but it's a beautiful night, so I thought I'd make a little video for you because it really is nice. It's very peaceful out here. It's hitting about 28 degrees right now, so everything, I can hear the trees and that are starting to get everything, all this weight, is a really heavy snow. This morning it was almost like if I knew what I would have known, I probably would have ended up not going into town for that opener, because when I left here, it was about 5, maybe 10 minutes in that I went, oh, son of a gun. I said, I need to turn around. I was like, this is stressing me out. You know, the older I get, the more I don't like having to, it's one of those things you just go, it's not worth it. You know what I mean? It was just that slushy stuff where it was trying to pull you off in the ditches. And when you're up here, you get in a ditch, might be a day before they find you. We're out in the woods, baby. So you have to respect everything a little bit differently, which is great. I think it's a wonderful thing. I think most men should experience it. I really do. I think it's taught me a lot of things about survival and to appreciate things. And it's a different animal up here. You know, I'm struggling with the furnace right now. It needs to get replaced. It's old, but it's fighting me. You know, but it's a good challenge. It'll be nice when you go home and well, I got a wood stove, but you know, it'll be nice when you go home and you can just turn the thermostat and it kicks on and works like it's supposed to. Up here, it's not working the best. It could be better. Could be better, could be worse. So anyways, when I was cruising in, that slush was just so bad that I ended up almost wanting to turn around, but I didn't. I pushed through, told myself I got up early to do this, and luckily on the way back, the plow trucks already came through. So, but anyways, there's not really much to this video. I'm just up here enjoying myself, and I was thinking about you guys. And I wanted to talk to you about being a business owner and why, if you're thinking about maybe getting into this profession, maybe you should consider something else. It's not that it can't be good to you, but you do have to realize that eventually you build a vortex and it just like sucks you in. You know what I mean? And I've been stressed out more now than I have ever been. I feel like I basically can't get one order from any of my vendors, anybody. It doesn't matter if it's Wayne Dalton. It don't matter if it's Safeway. It don't matter if it's Horman, Clopay. They're all basically just telling you the same thing. It's like, we'll show up when we show up, and you get what you get, and you don't throw a fit. That's what it feels like. And even my fence guy, you know, we're supposed to have 18% increase, and then we might have a 40%, which maybe we're not going to hit 40%, but still, even if it's 10% or 20%, that's a lot. It's then I feel like I got to buy it. I'm looking for I've been looking for a longer trailer just for fun, you know, not really fun, but I've been just looking, just keeping my eyes out. Because right now it's like if I have to run, you know, what is it, an hour and a half away to my vendor, and I have another vendor on the way, it's like I need to make that truck as much worthwhile as possible when it goes out. It's just like I think that's why I like watching the hot shotters. I don't know if anybody watches like Toe Piglet or South Georgia Hot Shot. I love watching those guys. Definitely not a field that I want to get into because I see all the problems, the tires, the breakdowns, the mileage on the vehicles, the gas, the fluctuation. They have the same kind of problems, similar. Landscapers have the kind of similar problems as we do. Hot shotters have the same kind of problems as we do. So I like watching these guys, but with them, they don't want to do deadhead, you know, is what they call it. So that's how I look at everything, is I want to take as big as load as I can to bring it back versus, you know, going out, getting something, you know, it's half an hour or whatever it is away, then coming back and then going out an hour and a half away to get something. You know, it's just, if you're already cruising by, you want to pick it up, right? But some of our stuff is so big right now, and we can't get the supplies. So, you know, like this next week, which is always really hard to explain to people, because like this week we're going to probably hit a lull and there's plenty to do, but if the weather's not so good, I really want to have the guys inside, and that might not be the case. That might not be the case. But so we have to slow down on one job to let the guys keep working on that job. Not to like stall out, but it's just we need an answer for the next job coming in that's supposed to be a hot one. It's just a mess. It's just a mess. So I think Friday I was so happy to get up here. I just wanted out. I was getting so drained. I was over at the job even I was working on. It was just like I wasn't making no headway. I just, an inch at an inch, I was just putting stuff together, and it was just like, oh my gosh, I should be so much farther ahead. But stuff takes time. It really does. And then with the weather changing, I remember with my old secretary, we used to get like 3 doors. We used to do about 3 doors is what we'd average. Residential. 9 by 10, 9 by 7, 16 by 7, mix of them both, all the same, 16 by 7s, whatever. We'd average about 3 a day. It's a long day. It's about, we put in about 8-10 hours to get them done. And that's just if everything went smoothly. And so then I remember when winter would hit, and the secretary would be like, I just don't understand why these guys can't get more done. And I'm just like, I just laugh and I tell her, stop. You can't schedule these guys. I said, you can't go down the highway at 70 miles an hour. Now you're down to 45 miles an hour. I said, you got to get all bundled up. I said, you got to get to, your hands are cold. You got to jump back in the truck for 15, 20 minutes, get warm back up. You got to slow down. You can't expect these guys, you'll run them ragged. And she finally kind of caught on, but it's just that mindset that if you don't go out in the field and see it firsthand, it's really hard to say no, or there ain't no way we can do it that fast. I don't know. So just make sure you're accounting for your stuff. Make sure you're charging. Make sure you're charging. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to charge. And just remember, if you're getting all your bids, then you're probably too cheap. That's the thing. If you're losing about, I would say 30% of them, you're probably about right in the sweet zone where you need to be. But you don't want to be the cheap guy. You really don't. And looking back, honestly, I would have changed my name not to have affordable door and gate. I would have it be something. Craftsman door and gate. Something else. Anything. I don't know what it would be. Dave's garage door is something. You know what I mean? And the reason being is because the reason I chose affordable back in the day, this is years ago, back in the 06, was the phone book was the thing. So it got you on the top of the alphabet. But now the phone book is gone. I mean, I don't even know if I got a phone book this year. Now I think of it. It just got thinner and thinner, and they narrow it, and the pages, and they tell you the whole story why you need to be in the phone book. And I just remember looking at the people like, I just look at the people. People cross-eyed. Oh, what? And they go, well, you got to be in the phone book. You got to, it's that. And I'm just sitting there going, how when I see, like, I don't use a phone book. I use a phone book to start stuff on fire. Like, I don't use a phone book. I got my phone. I got Google. Like, I still remember the days when we used to drive around and go into all these different cities when we used to go long ways away. We have to stop in the gas station. You remember that? We have to stop in the gas station, get a map for the local roads in that area. And then we had a briefcase, I remember. A briefcase full of these local maps. So when we were cruising, we used the big book. Okay, let's take, the main highway here to get us over to that at least into the city. Once we got the city, we had to pull, that was my era. Now you got this thing called Google Maps. And it's just boop, 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 boop. It just does it all for you. So things change. And you got to kind of evolve with them. Sometimes it's fun. Sometimes it sucks. I'd say the biggest sucky thing is right now is, at least from my era of doing garage doors, is that the product is changing rapidly, and it just irritates the crap out of me, because once I find a good product, I start using it, they change something on it, and they don't tell you, or they cheapen up something, and then, it costs me because I got to go back to a callback, and then I have an unhappy customer, and they go, I thought you told me something good. And you're like, I did. I thought it was good. It's worked for 10 years just fine. Now why are we having problems? And then you have to go to a conference call, or not a conference call, but one of those like the sales centers, like the IDA or whatever. And then you like literally stand there with the sales rep, and he goes, oh, well, the reason you're having problems with the beeper is because the vendor that we were using went out of business, and we had to rapidly find a new one. So, and the one that's building them now, they didn't accommodate for the fluctuation of voltage. So, and you're sitting there going, and they couldn't tell me this on the phone? You couldn't put a bulletin out to your technicians or your people on the technical help to say, hey, to let people know this is what happened. Well, this is the reason. When I'm sitting here going, what am I doing wrong? I've installed hundreds of these, and now the beeper's not working. Why is the beeper not working? Am I putting the wrong voltage to these things? Am I not hooking when it's already hooked up and installed by them, but you're just sitting there going, am I doing something wrong? What's going on here? So anyways, my little real talk for tonight. As you can see, it's getting darker behind me. I think I'm just going to sit in the peace. I can hear a plane way out in the distance. But anywho, hope you guys are doing well. We'll see you on the next one. Thanks for my real talk. Thanks for joining me. And shout out to all those business owners, or if you're just an independent, congratulations for busting your butt. I was going to say something else. My kids like to watch. But welcome. Try to have an exit plan. And don't kill yourself. Make sure you charge. Because I feel for you. I know how it is. I've been through it all. Many, many years. All right, guys. We'll see you. Take care. Peace.